Hi everyone, Danny here today to talk to you about one of my favorite book series. I was introduced to this book series through the movies, as often happens when I see a movie and I really enjoy the movie and it strikes me as something that could well be based on a book. I will go home and look to see if it is based on a book, and that's what happened. The series I'm talking about is the Divergent series, and the first movie was called Divergent. I saw the movie, I loved the movie, I had to get the book and check out the book, and I loved the book, and every subsequent book that came out, I got that book and followed the series. My couple of things that I really like about this series. One, the author has done such an excellent job of fully developing and fleshing out her characters in such a way that it really draws you in, makes you care about the characters, makes you want to root for them. You know, when Four and Triss are having their communication problems, you want to step in between and say, hey guys, let me help you out. I mean, the romance between them, it's a different kind of a romance. It is definitely a romance, but it's most young adult books. It gets too romantic too soon. The author does a really good job in the first book of really dragging it out and making you wonder if are they going to bond and are they going to get together? And then in subsequent books of having them have the kind of communication problems and the kind of problems that would come up and would really truly come up with new couples going through what these people are going through. Another thing I really loved is the way the author is able to go from book to book to book, and you never see what's coming around the bend. At the end of book one, you're left with a bit of a cliffhanger that drags you into book two, but then book two goes in directions that you didn't expect book one to go. And book three goes in completely alien. You didn't see, at least I, myself, didn't see what happened in book three coming at all. Now, if you've read the book series, and I'm going to try to ask this question in a way that is not a spoiler. If you haven't read the book series, you might want to stop it here, go get the series, listen to it. It is a wonderful series. Narrator does a good job. My only complaint about the narration on the third book, they switched and went from a single narrator to a dual narrator, and I didn't like that switch. I've been listening to the series. I was used to the narrator in the series. Why change it up on the last book? Don't get that. It's not that they did a bad job. It just didn't flow with the first two books. I'm not in on any of that, so I have no clue why the author chose to do that, but the author, that would be my only complaint about any of them. Now, if you've read the book series, then you know what happens to Triss at the end of the third book. My personal view on it is, yes, it is absolutely heartbreaking. But it doesn't ruin the books for me in any way, shape, or form. It fits with who Triss is. It fits with everything that Triss has gone through. If the book had ended in a different way, to me, Triss would have been miserable. Triss would have gone into major depression. She may maybe even, become depressed enough to kill herself. She had so much angst and so many internal demons that she was dealing with up to that point, that if she hadn't have done what she did and hadn't ended the way she ended, I don't know if she could have lived with herself. So to me, it was very heartbreaking, but it fit the book, and it in no way damaged my enjoyment of the book. I will say the book ended at that point for me. There's an epilogue that follows. I listened to the epilogue once. Now every time I listen to the book series, I'm just done right there. I don't bother listening to the epilogue. But my nieces and nephews that I've talked to, and I've got like 23 nieces and nephews, many of whom have read this series, there's mixed reviews there. The majority of them feel like that ending ruined the book series for them, and some of them get livid and angry about how it ended. Some agree with me to where, you know, it was sad, it was heartbreaking. You get drawn in on a very emotional level with this book series, so it is truly heartbreaking, but at the same time, they agree that it did fit. If you've read it, go ahead and comment and let me know what you think. Are you in the camp of the ending with Tris ruined the book series for you? Or are you in the camp of the ending was heartbreaking, but it fit and in a way almost added to the stories? Now there's a fourth book in the series as well, and that's the book 4. And that takes and starts from 4 as a young boy at home all the way up through the end. And it does a great job of, you get to see things from 4's perspective. I did the first 3 books in the series and then did book 4, and in no way did it feel repetitive. In no way, it totally added to the story and added to my enjoyment of the series. So I would recommend get all 3. Start with Divergent, go through the first 3, and then do 4. Do the book 4. You can on Audible. The book 4 is broken up into 4 smaller books, and you can get the 4 smaller books, but I would just get the book 4, which has all 4 of the smaller books in it. Why have 4 books when you can spend the money and get just 1 book? Another thing I love is how the author is able to take and create a world. In the book Divergent, I want to live in that world. I want to go there. I want to follow the adventure that Tris is going on, right? But by the end of the book, I don't want to live in that world. Especially with the part of the way the world is in the epilogue. I want nothing to do with that world at all. I will stay where I am at. How many authors have the skill to write a book series that draws you in like this one does, that the entire book series is so engrossing and so enthralling that you can't put it down, but at the same time, you start out loving the world that was created and end up wanting nothing to do with the world that's left over. That's a unique skill and a unique ability. That's about all I have to say about the series. If you have any comments, any feedback, please send it my direction. Let me know what you think of Tris. I am very curious how people feel about the ending there. If you like my channel, please subscribe. And I hope everyone is having as wonderful a day as I am having. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we have sunshine. My wife and I spent several hours outside doing yard work. I'm absolutely, utterly wore out and exhausted now, actually, from being in sunlight, which is rare around here. We don't see a lot of sunlight. So I hope you are all having as wonderful day as me. I will talk to you later. Thank you.